For those of you who don't know, who aren't familiar with game development, saving is hell, and it is probably one of the most terrifying and evil things any game developer could work on. Because if you want bugs, oh boy, there you go. There's like a free bug generator. Is make a save system. Because oh my gosh, because basically the way saving works in games is that um, as a developer, we have to tell individually the game what has to be remembered every time the game saves, right? So we have to, catalog how much ammo does the player have for this weapon, or this weapon, or this weapon, or this weapon. What is the player's exact coordinates in the situation? What are all of the enemies' exact coordinates in the situation? What are the enemies doing when you save? What doors are open? What doors are closed? What buttons has the player pressed? What buttons has the player not pressed? Is there a scripted sequence? Well, guess what? You're in for an extra layer of hell because we have to remember exactly where in the sequence you were and all the timers and all of this stuff that's specifically set up to work like this. And it's just, oh my God, like 90% of probably the bugs we've had with Viscerafest have all been related to saving. And my favorite one, which just came back recently that we had to deal with, is that if your operating system is not using English as its base language, then there are characters within the scripting that are used, like when you save like coordinates and stuff, that aren't remembered. So it's like what we would usually use is like decimal points for stuff like coordinates and whatnot. None of that's remembered. So that number basically just turns into like one overbloated value of like 500.7089 or just like something massively stupid, and all of the doors will like fly to their different like alien coordinates because of that. It's just, oh my God. I don't think it's just everything is pain. Saving is pain. I mean, like I remember I asked David Szymanski, like, hey, was working on the save system for Dusk Hell, and he was like, yes, which is probably the reason why most games nowadays use like a checkpoint system, just because it's like the amount of data you have to remember when there are specific points where the player that are like saved is significantly less, because it's like, oh, I can just assume the player has like done this by now, and as a result, I don't even really need to save that. I can just like kind of put the thing in and make sure that when the player gets back to the save, all this stuff is already done or whatever. And as a result, things are significantly less likely to break. Whereas for us, because there are so many variables in what the player can be doing and where they can save and whatnot, we have to remember everything, and everything hates that. Which is also one of the reasons why if you go into the option settings and change the difficulty, you basically have to reset the level. Because with stuff that changes between each difficulty setting, and it all hurts.